Hi, my name is Sophia Relosa, owner of SVR Infinity and SophiaRelosa.com, and as promised, I am going to discuss today the basics or basic tips in doing your feng shui for the kitchen, and especially for 2020, the things that you can actually do for 2020 in terms of your kitchen. So, before I dive into the number of tips, I'd like to first explain to you the importance of the important sectors of each home. The first one is the main door, second is the bedroom, the kitchen, and study if you have one. After this video, I promise to discuss the rest of it, which is the kitchen, the bedroom, the main door, and the study. For the time being, I'd like to focus on the kitchen. So the first tip that I'd like to give you is that make sure that the kitchen is not located at the center of the home. This definitely affects the health issues to the occupants in the long run. So make sure that your kitchen is not at the center of the home. The second one is I'd like to actually mention that the stove shouldn't be beside the sink. Okay, and the safest distance in between them is actually 30 inches. But if you can't, my suggestion and full recommendation is to actually put the living plant in between, just to mitigate this water and fire clash. Another form of kitchen wherein there's a water and fire clash is if the stove, like the image, is actually the opposite of the kitchen sink. Now, if your kitchen is like this, I would fully recommend to actually put an aisle in the middle just to mitigate this form. Okay, next is the stove in the aisle. Okay, a stove actually requires stability. It needs a proper backing. So if a stove is actually located at the aisle in the kitchen, this actually surrounds it with too much heat flow, which affects the health later on for all the occupants. So if you have this in your kitchen, I would fully recommend to actually use your dirty kitchen instead or as often, provided that the stove in your dirty kitchen has the proper backing or follows the right forms for the stove. Next is to make sure that your stove is not the opposite of any door, whether it's a kitchen door, main door, any door. This is like the T-junction in terms of the kitchen. So you shouldn't make sure you should avoid the kitchen or the stove rather from facing the door. So if this is your kitchen, I would fully recommend to just move your stove. Okay, so next is to make sure that your stove is not underneath any beam. A beam is like a sachi. Again, it's not like, it is a sachi, and it suppresses the key flow for the stove. Again, it's going to affect the health of the occupants. So it's better to have a very straight ceiling, no beam at all above the stove. Okay, so basically those are the basic information in terms of the kitchen. Now the next step, if you want to elevate your feng shui, the next step that you have to do now is to actually make use of the 8 mansions. In terms of the 8 mansion, it's better to actually place the kitchen at the negative sector, but the stove should be properly aligned at the right direction using the flying star. Am I confusing you? But anyways, I just keep on replaying this video so you can master what I'm saying. That's how you actually do the feng shui for the kitchen. So 8 mansions, you have to follow the 8 mansions, and at the same time the taiji for the flying stars to make sure that the stove is located at the right sector. Okay, so those are the things that I'd like to discuss with you in terms of doing your feng shui in the kitchen. Now, the next topic I'm going to discuss is actually how to do your flying stars, or sorry, how to do your feng shui for 2020. Okay, so if your kitchen is actually located at the north sector of your home, perfect, because north by next year, which is 2020, for 2020, it's going to have the flying star 3. Again, the flying star 3, if you are not familiar with it, please watch this video. It's going to explain to you all the sectors of your home for 2020. But as to summarize my discussion in this video, the flying star 3 is actually the flying star that causes arguments and gossiping. Okay, so if your kitchen is at the sector of the north for 2020, perfect. Keep on using that kitchen because we need fire to actually control the wood, which is the the energy or the element of the flying star 3. Now, if your kitchen is in the east, I would fully recommend to actually use a different, if you have a dirty kitchen, it's best that you use the dirty kitchen because fire is actually a resource of earth, and that's the earth is the element of the misfortune star 5. So if you have another stove or another location or you have a dirty kitchen, I would fully recommend to use the other stove for 2020, provided that the kitchen of again, the dirty kitchen follows the right form, which I mentioned earlier. Okay, so there. And I'd like to also point out some misconceptions that ref is not a water element. Please do not confuse yourself, because yes, it does produce water, but it's not a water element. It's nothing in terms of feng shui. So you do not have to worry where you're placing the ref. As long as the sink and the stove are not together, you're fine. Or as long as the stove and the sink is not opposite each other, you're fine. Okay, that's the thing that you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the ref. Next is knife. There's a superstition that displaying too many knives in the kitchen is bad. No, it's not. You can display your knife for all you want, or wherever you want to put them. And next is if you feel like if you want to paint your kitchen blue, by all means do it, because color does not affect the feng shui of the home. Paint doesn't affect it. The activity of painting probably, but the paint and the color, nada. So you can do whatever you want, whatever color you want in the kitchen. By all means do it. Okay, so there in the next video that I'm actually going to do, I'm going to discuss the feng shui for the bedroom. So I hope that I see you there. And if you did enjoy this video, I would really love it if you subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell, so that next Sunday you get notified every time I post, or every time I post a video you get notified. And there. So if you appreciate this video, I would really love it if you share it, subscribe to my channel, share it to your friends, so that to give them the proper or basic knowledge in terms of how to do the feng shui. By the way, I actually provided a free guide for all of you. Just go to the description box, click the link, and download. It's a list of all the things that you have to remember in terms of the basic things that you have to do in doing your feng shui for the kitchen. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.